So Scott, there's obviously tons of forms of media. You've got novels, you've got films, you've got commercials, you've got drawings, you've got... What is Ruins of Gallidon, and how have you sort of opened this up to the transmedia world, for lack of a better term?
Well, Ruins of Gallidon is our first internally produced intellectual property, and it is a fantasy world that was originally created by us. We open it up to the community, and it is a multimedia world in the sense that we offer people the option of submitting fiction, art, role-playing game materials, comics, essentially any medium that can be digitized and put up on the web. We'll take submissions and we'll put the best up on the web. It's our first property to demonstrate the potential of the model, and it was purposefully done in a way that was an extreme version of the model. We wanted to push the envelope in every direction as possible to see if the model would break. So far, we haven't found that to be true.
So when you say extreme version, what does that mean? Like, what is extreme? So this is Ruins of Gallidon, and what is not extreme?
Well, the base model that Brain Candy has is flexible, scalable. We can scope it to meet the goals of whatever the property owner whatever goals, interests, and priorities they happen to have. So, for example, the ownership model, the revenue aspect of the model, those types of things can be adjusted to meet the needs of the property owner. For Ruins of Gallidon, what we did was say, how do we make this as extreme as possible? How do we make it as friendly to the community as possible? So what we've done is say, you create a novel, you create some piece of art or an image, you submit it, we post it. Under the Ruins of Gallidon model, you retain ownership over that. We don't purchase rights under any circumstances. What we do is say, we will exchange non-exclusive commercial rights, which means you as the creator can continue to make money from it, and we just ask that you share revenue with us, and the same is true for us. And that particular model, we think, is very artisan-friendly. We also say, from a revenue standpoint, under Ruins of Gallidon, we split money at a 50-50 gross level, as opposed to something that's on the net side. Now, that's not something we would propose for most properties. It's certainly not something we would propose for a large media company. But it just goes to show you that with very little marketing, this particular model can work. We've been getting submissions for over a year now, and we've been putting them up online, and the community has shown an interest in playing in this particular world under these terms.
So walk me through, I'm a player, or I'm in this world, and I do what? I read this, I decide I like a secondary character, I draw a picture of them, I submit it. Like, how does this work?
Well, you've got two different types of participants in the world. You've got just the pure consumers who come to the site, read fiction, look at the art, and they go away. Then you've got others who are more active. They might participate in the forum, they might contribute to the wiki, they might actually create a new work and submit it to the world. So it might be you stumble across a particular art image and you say, oh, that's a great idea for a story. I'm going to write a story based on that art image. Or you read a fictional work by some other artisan and say, I really like this minor character. I'd like to explore what's happening with that character. And under the Ruins of Gallidon model, that's totally fine. You're not infringing on copyright law when you grab that minor character, you write your own fiction, turn around and submit that derivative work back to Brain Candy. We evaluate that, and if it's really good, we put it up on the website.
So my revenue could be endless. I mean, if you have all these factions of people sprouting off and contributing their own work and then having somebody riff off of what you've done, I mean, the revenue model seems to just sort of grow exponentially.
Well, it certainly can, and again, it depends.
Obviously, the content is.
Absolutely. I mean, the whole purpose of this is to have a constant stream of content coming in that the property owner can decide what to put up, what not to put up, and they're able to take that constant stream of content, continually build out the property, basically give the fans more ways and means to engage with the property over a persistent time period. And it can be as simple as a derivative work, like I said, a fictional work based on an artwork by someone else. It can get pretty complex. You could have 10 or 12 or 15 artisans all playing with the same character or working in the same city with their particular medium. And that's actually part of the point. It's to make it as collaborative and integrative as possible.
It almost seems like what works here would be a great model for what would work in the offline world. Like, are you seeing stories or whatnot work in this world that have translated offline? And does it go digital to analog? I mean, does that translate at all?
Absolutely. I mean, the whole point here is that you want to have multiple revenue streams beyond just advertising. So what you want to do in the digital world is say, let's look at the most popular works in the property, whether it's a novel or a collection of art. Let's bundle them up and offer them in an analog revenue sharing type model. So, for example, rather than say, let's go spend millions of dollars and make a TV show and hope that people like it, In the digital website, you're looking at it going, okay, I'm going to take a look at the highest downloaded novel or the most looked at art. I'll bundle them all up. I'll offer it through a traditional print offering, and I'll sell it that way because I know this is already the most popular content in the property.
So where do you see this extreme model fitting in to, say, the entertainment world?
Well, the extreme model is probably not going to be, it probably won't find a home.
Mainstream.
Correct, yes. I mean, it's extreme for a reason. What we do is say, look, here's proof that with very little money you can launch a brand new property and have people play under these conditions. You adjust the model, you can make it more traditional, you can make it look more like a conservative entertainment property model.
Change the revenue splits.
Exactly, exactly. Change the rules of the sandbox and how people participate and play. That's certainly possible. It's one of the benefits of the model we've got.
Are you seeing anybody out there do this other than you guys?
We have been actively looking for about 2 years, and we haven't seen anyone do anything on the scope and scale of Ruins of Gallidon. We've seen some attempts that seem to generate, they arise and then wither and die. We haven't seen anyone persistently out there the way we have been. If they are out there, I want to know about them, have them contact me, but I haven't seen anyone try and take such a professional, legal, and narrative structure approach to a collaborative property the way we have.
Great, thanks, Scott.
Thank you very much.